What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the week's hottest topics, and this is for the week of April the 4th through April the 9th. All right, you guys. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and just talk about some of the hot topics of this week. All right, you guys. So, the first thing that I want to discuss is the recent attack on the Capitol. So this all happened actually last week after I posted my video. So a man deliberately rammed his car into the north barricade outside of the Capitol in DC. It was along Constitution Avenue. One police officer was killed, and also this other person, the person who caused this accident and killing, he died as well. Now, the weapons that were used, a car and a knife. And when they said that the killer was, the person was killed, I'm like, I bet I didn't think this, but I'm like, he might not be white. I just hate to say that. I just didn't think he was white. And the thing is, the crazy thing is, he was a black man, and people were talking about his post on social media, and he had just lost his job, which that's not an excuse for what he did, but it's interesting to see the fact that people made excuses for the man who went up and shot, and did the shooting in Atlanta, the man who did the shooting in Boulder, Colorado. It's just interesting that you make excuses, especially for the man in Atlanta. You make excuses for him that he was having a bad day, had a sex addiction, but the one thing that can be said is he didn't lose his life. He's alive and well, much like many of the other mass shooters. And then, I see on social media people defending those, still defending those people, but vilify this man. Why? And then people always love to say the black on black crime and things like that. Crime is crime, no matter how you slice it, no matter how you dice it. And someone tried to troll me on Instagram about this, because you compare this to the Capitol riots in January, and they'll say, well, those people didn't do anything, those people didn't kill people. Yes, they did. Officer Sicknick, he got hit, he got bludgeoned. The man was bludgeoned, and he died because of his injuries. So yes, someone did die. It's amazing how people can make excuses for the terrorists, these domestic terrorists that are white. But a black domestic terrorist, you vilify him, you crucify him, and everything. And to me, it's just a stark parallel. Like I said, what he did was wrong 100%. But what's so different about what he did versus what happened on January the 6th? What's so different is the question that I just have. I don't see anything different at all. So I'm kind of lost. I'm really lost. So if somebody can explain it to me. Explain to me what he did that is different from the likes of Dylan Roof, any of the other people who committed murders. What's different about them? Why are they alive and he's dead? Explain that to me. And again, I don't want it to seem like I'm defending this man. I just want to understand what the difference is. I just really want to know what the difference is. But let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys, next up, let's talk about this story with DMX. So the story is really interesting. I don't know what's going on, because you see conflicting stories on social media. You see stories that he's died. You see stories that he had COVID. What we do know is he had a drug overdose, and he had a heart attack, and he's in critical condition at this point. And the last thing that I saw about DMX was that, he's in a vegetative state, and he has no brain activity. So the family's been faced with a difficult decision, which I know that is a difficult decision to decide if a family member lives or if they die. But like I said, and the story is it's interesting. It's weird because you don't know what's what, because at one point it just feels like people, I don't know, are trying to be first to tell a story or clickbait or what. Because I keep refreshing, because you see so many people on social media talking about rest in peace to DMX. People are posting pictures of DMX with Aaliyah talking about, I know Aaliyah's happy to have you back. And then if you look if you're on Twitter, Instagram, or wherever, then you'll look under comments and you'll see people saying he's not dead, and then you'll see people saying he is dead. So at this point, I just don't know what's what with it. I will say that with DMX, I really thought that he had kicked that drug habit. God, I mean, addiction, it's a sickness, and it's one that most people can't overcome. And if they do overcome it, it's a process to train your body to not want the drugs. Like, I really thought he had kicked that habit, but like I said, it's just really, we don't know what's what. I know ex-managers come out and said what's going on. I don't necessarily know for sure if his family's come out and said anything. That's the one thing I don't know, if the family has said anything about the situation. But once more information is available, I'll definitely be coming back to you guys and letting you know what's going on. But we do need to extend our hands of prayer. We need to pray for DMX, pray that he's in good spirits, good health, and comes back to us. And just pray for his family, even if they have to make that decision to take him off because if he's in a vegetative state, that means that that machine that he's hooked up to is breathing and living, keeping him alive. So we're just gonna pray for him, his family, his friends, and all the fans around the world that love DMX. Like, it's really crazy, you guys. But let's move on. All right, you guys. I was thinking about doing this in a trending topic, but I don't have much to talk about in trending topics, so we just gonna include this in hot topics. Have you guys saw the new show on the network, All Black? It was formerly UMC. Now, if you guys watch shows on WeTV, if you guys watch WeTV, then you guys will see them during the commercial breaks. They would advertise for UMC, where you could watch the shows like Growing Up Hip Hop, Marriage Boot Camp, etc. So I guess All Black is now becoming their own streaming service, because I know Kendall has his own show on All Black. So now there's this new reality show, which is executive produced by Jennifer Williams from Basketball Wives. And it has two notable people from reality TV on there. The other two women, I don't know them, but Megan James from Basketball Wives and from Bad Girls Club Mexico, she's on there. And also LaBrittany from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, I believe she was on season 5. Those are two, they're also on there. So the show premiered last week, and a little clip of the show started surfacing of Megan talking about cheating respectfully. Now, one instance of me, I do understand cheating respectfully. I still think it's stupid to say, if you're gonna cheat on me, cheat respectfully. I still think that is a stupid logic to have. But I do understand where certain people, when they say cheat respectfully, in a sense, cheat respectfully sounds like, if you're gonna cheat on me, at least have enough respect to not bring the woman or man to my house. Don't have the woman or man around my children. If we have kids, don't have them disrespect me, like by calling the house, asking for you, things of that nature. But again, cheating respectfully, it still sounds dumb to me. But then Megan went one step further and expounded on cheating respectfully. So she said cheating respectfully means if you, I mean, your man is probably out there cheating on you. So if you're gonna cheat on me, wear a condom. Most of these dudes do not wear condoms. Look at Future. Look at Bow Wow, who had a one night stand with a girl, created a baby with her, no condom. She said, don't wear a condom. Don't bring a baby home to me. Don't bring an STD home to me, or don't be gay. Okay, Megan, sounds ridiculously stupid. And like I just said a few minutes ago, most of these men don't use because that's why she said she's not going to leave her man unless, you know, one of those three things. And, you know, I'm not going to judge Megan by no means. I just think that what she said was ridiculously stupid. I just think it was dumb. Like, if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, if you're a person who believes in monogamy, why would you then go and be in a relationship with someone who does not agree with the monogamy? Doesn't make sense, does it? If you're a person that wants to have a polyamorous relationship, go get with someone that is into that. Go get with someone who is cool with, you know, you having another partner that's not them, or go get with somebody who is okay with you guys being in a relationship with someone else. Do that. But don't get in a relationship with someone who's monogamous and then just cheat on them. And then if you want to have an open relationship, say that. But what she was saying just was stupid to me. And when she said she ain't gonna leave her man over no other woman, the question that I had, which I don't have an issue with this at all, you know, I was just thinking to myself, what kind of men are you talking about? Like, are you talking about, because I know you're not talking about just a regular average Joe. I know you're not talking about, you can't be talking about a regular average Joe. Are you talking about somebody who is maybe a football player, basketball player, rapper, etc.? Is that the kind of guy you're talking about? Because I don't see her saying that about a regular guy, like a regular average Joe like myself. I just don't see her saying that about him. Like, the minute he cheat on her, I feel like she would be done. Actually, I don't even feel like she would go for somebody that she doesn't, you know, that doesn't have a certain status, which nothing is wrong with that. I don't have a problem with, you know, that. It was just her logics. And then she said everything else is workoutable. First of all, Megan, workoutable is not a word. It's not a word. But yeah, I mean, I just thought it was stupid what she said. Very stupid, to say the least. But I mean, you guys can let me know what you guys think. I mean, we've heard cheat respectfully, like I said before, from especially from Love and Marriage Huntsville with Melody and Martell. He definitely didn't cheat respectfully. I mean, look at that whole situation. So I just don't agree. I mean, like I said, I know to an extent what they mean when they say cheat respectfully, but cheat respectfully doesn't go together. Either don't cheat on me or don't be either don't cheat on me, one, or if you feel like you're gonna cheat on me, break up with me. One of the two. One of the two. All right. So yeah, you guys can let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below, and we're gonna move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. Next up, did you guys catch that live with the City Girls and Lil Uzi Vert last week? I think that happened last Friday as well. The question that I had when it came down to them was, why were y'all on live in the first place? I didn't catch the whole live, so I don't know if they were discussing music or what. I don't know what they were discussing, but even if they were discussing music, why not FaceTime each other? Why not do a Zoom call? Why not do some of that stuff? But y'all got on live, and it was just interesting. I think that's the word of this video. Interesting. With my allergies. I think that's the word. Yeah, interesting. Actually, it was jarring, quite honestly. Especially the way Lil Uzi Vert was talking to Carisha and talking to JT. And more specifically, the way he was addressing JT. I had an issue with that. I'm like, JT, you just sitting here letting this pint-sized ass Negro talk to you this way. Like, girl, if you don't flick that crusted ass diamond on his forehead, I mean, that diamond just look. I mean, when I saw him with that diamond, it just looks infected. It looks crusted. It just looks. It look like it needs to be. It and him look like they need to be disinfected. Oh God, leave some disinfectant sprayed on them. But that was my issue. The biggest issue was the way he was talking to JT. And then the other issue I had was JT. This is your group member. Y'all got to work together, and the way he's talking to her, it's just as disrespectful as the way he was just talking to you. But you sitting here letting it go down. Like, take the phone, end the live, and call your girl and be like, "Hey, girl, I don't know what's going on with this man right here, but because that could affect your working relationship. Like, that could affect your relationship with your partner." And I know y'all about y'all money, so why would I didn't understand why she sat there and listened to that. So the other thing that had me a little befuddled was Carisha's baby daddy. I would have been out here for Southside 100% in that video that he made addressing Uzi Vert. I know he said, who did he say tried to rob him? He said he saved him from getting robbed by somebody. I forgot who he said. Who did he say? It don't even matter. Oh, it was one of the Migos. I can't remember. I don't know if it was Offset. I think it was Offset. He said, I'm almost positive. He said Offset. But then, I was like, okay, he finna defend his girl, the mother of his child. He did defend her, but the way he spoke about her, I was like, Carisha, you actually let him talk to you? I'm like, damn. He is he's defending you, but disrespecting you in the same breath, because he kept calling her my bitch, yo bitch, referring to JT, yo bitch, my bitch, yo bitch. He kept saying my bitch and yo bitch. Like, I'm like, that's how you address the mother of your child. When you in public with somebody and you see her across the way, be like, oh yeah, look at my bitch right there. Yo bitch. Ladies, please have some self-respect. Think highly of yourselves. Like, I typically don't like the term baby mama, baby daddy, but I would have preferred him to say my baby mama instead of my bitch. Because I just cringed when he kept saying my bitch. I'm like, you can't refer to her as your baby mama, my old lady. There are so many other terms that you could have used besides my bitch. But again, like I said, baby mama, my old lady, but they from Miami, so I don't know what they might say in Miami, but damn, my bitch. You could have called Uzi a little bitch. I would have been cool with you saying, hey, little bitch, keep my old lady name out your mouth. Like, don't come at her sideways. Don't do none of that kind of stuff to her. Because Uzi was disrespectful. Like, I'm not going to deny that he was disrespectful as hell. And I wouldn't have an issue if Southside caught him on the street and told him to square up and beat his ass. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I just really had the problem with him calling Carisha his bitch. And that also shows ownership and property, and that's my property. Although it's negative, him saying my bitch, but it's just like ownership and property. I can go on forever, but let's move on. All right, you guys. So in a small story, congratulations are in order to the newly married Jeannie Mai and Young Jeezy. So when did they get married? They got married, I think, on Tuesday of this week. Let's take a look and see, because I didn't. I mean, I saw it on Nope, I saw it on the Jasmine brand. How do you spell Jeannie's name? She has two N's on her name. Okay. Is that really spelled Jeannie? Oh, okay. I guess. Jeannie Mai. Oh, they got it updated on Wikipedia. It's Jeannie Mai Jenkins now. She's 42. Oh, okay. Yeah, so they had an intimate wedding ceremony at their home. I believe that's where it was. The wedding photos are beautiful. I love her. Her dress is so cute. Jeezy looked good as well. So yeah, inside Jeezy and Jeannie Mai's intimate ceremony at their home in Atlanta. Oh, they live in the ATL. Okay. Yeah, his suit, I love it. You know, I hope Jeannie's happy. So Emmy Award-winning TV host and activist Jeannie Mai and Grammy-nominated recording artist, entrepreneur, and philanthropist Jeezy were married in an intimate ceremony at their home in Atlanta on March 27, 2001, 1 year after their engagement. Yeah, we know when they met. The couple met when he was a guest on her daytime show, The Real. Years later, he asked me out on a date. Gina remembers. Yep. Oh, they wanted to get married in France originally, but COVID messed up their original wedding plans. That sucks. You guys might hear a plane flying over. They made sure they checked everyone's cell phones before they descended downstairs toward the open garden. Now I did see one photo of them where I believe it was her parents in front of them, and they were like on their knees bowed to them. I didn't understand that. Maybe that's one of a tradition from her, her heritage. I don't know, but nonetheless, congratulations to Jeezy and Jeannie. Let's move on. All right, you guys. Now this next story that I want to talk about, I still to this day don't understand why this happened. So it came out this week that Paul Pierce was fired from ESPN, right? And I was like, okay. I didn't even know he was over there at ESPN. I don't watch ESPN that much, but I do watch it here and there. I mostly watch, like, if I do tune into ESPN, it's Sports Center. If it's a basketball game over there, actually that's like the only time I watch sports ESPN is if there's a basketball game on ESPN or Sports Center. And sometimes I do watch Stephen A. Very rarely, but I do watch Stephen A. sometimes. So yes, Paul Pierce was fired from ESPN. Correct. Why did I say it that way? Like I'm asking y'all to correct me. Paul Pierce was fired from ESPN. So, there was a shooting here in Texas. Okay, I didn't know that. So yeah, he was fired from ESPN. And the thing that is interesting about that, again, there's that word interesting. The thing is with that, so he was on Instagram, he was on some sort of live. People are gonna learn about these lives one day. People are gonna learn about being on live. I know it's the hottest thing right now. That's why you guys have never seen me. I've never gone live on anything, period. And the reason why I don't go live is just because I am a control freak. Because with the edited things, because what you guys don't see is when I record some of these videos, I have so many takes that I do and so much stuff that I cut out that you guys don't see. So for me to go live, I would just be on pins and needles. Because I'd be like, I said that and I shouldn't have said that. I did that. Shouldn't have done that. That sort of thing. So he was on live. He was at a strip club and he was smoking a blunt, which I don't see anything wrong with that. But I guess ESPN saw some issues with that, which I don't understand. The only thing I can think of is if ESPN has it in their contract that he can't, party, get high, that kind of stuff. But I'm still confused. It's not a direct, him being in the strip club and smoking weed is not a direct reflection of ESPN, so I don't understand. Let me see if they've made a statement, or if he's made a statement, because I just don't understand it. It's got to be something in his contract. It's literally got to be something in his contract, because I just can't imagine that they would just fire him for those reasons, unless they had already had some stuff mounted against him. I just don't understand that. I don't get. Now Shaq found it funny. Okay, so he was on Instagram Live, but like I said, what's the issue? Because it says he was fired after a racy video on Instagram Live. But he's in a strip club. I guess you could say he doesn't have a mask on, because he definitely didn't have a mask on. And so yeah, ESPN fired NBA analyst Paul Pierce after the Boston Celtics legend posted a racy Instagram Live video over the weekend. The video featured Paul Pierce in a room with exotic dancers. The cable sports network ended its working relationship with Pierce Monday. An industry source told CNN Business ESPN declined to comment on Pierce leaving the network. Representatives for Pierce also did not immediately respond for requests for comment. The news of Pierce's firing was first reported by Front Office Sports. Pierce was an analyst for the network on multiple NBA shows that included the studio show, The Jump, and his pregame show, NBA Countdown. Pierce, who went by the nickname The Truth, won it. Okay, we know that. So nobody's really spoke on it. The racy nature of the Instagram Live was a breaking point for ESPN, a company owned by family friend. Oh, okay. Now it makes sense. I got it. It's owned by Disney. Yep, and I do see here it says he does not appear to be wearing a mask. And okay, it makes a little bit more sense now. Because I'm just like, especially when they said it's owned by Disney, makes sense. It makes sense now. Disney is a family-friendly network, and if you are part of that network, you got to be careful what you do. And I figured part of it was probably the fact that he's just not following safety protocols with COVID, because that was one thing that I did notice in that video. It's like, dude, you're not wearing a mask. Now that was the one thing that caught my eye, was you're a public figure and you're not wearing a mask. Why is it so hard for people just to put on the mask? Yes, is the mask uncomfortable? Absolutely. They're uncomfortable. And especially if you work out. Because I work out, I go to the gym and I wear that mask, and it's just like, oh God, my breathing. And I'm someone and I have asthma. So I'm like, you know what? A few minutes of uncomfortability is fine for me. But now it makes sense though, that ESPN is owned by Disney. Disney doesn't want nothing against strippers and nothing against weed, but they just don't want those images attached to them. So I get it now. I definitely get it. It makes 100% sense to me now. But let me know what you guys think about that. Do you guys agree with the firing of Paul Pierce? Do you guys disagree with it? Let me know in the comment section below and we'll discuss it. All right, you guys, and then I think the last thing that I want to discuss is going to be the Verzuz battle. Did you guys catch the Verzuz battle with Earth, Wind & Fire and the Isaac Brothers this past Sunday? That is why my videos for Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine were both late, because I was watching the Verzuz. Now, I will say, I had some difficulties with the Verzuz, and it wasn't, the artist. It was just the way that I watched it. Because, you guys, I normally watch it on Instagram Live. I need to do it to my lips for chapter. I normally watch it on Instagram Live. But this time, since they have partnered with, is it Triller or Thriller, whatever that app is, Since they partnered with them, I said, you know what? Let's go this route and watch it that way. Big mistake for me personally, because I have an Apple TV, so I was able to mirror my phone onto my Apple TV. When I first did it, it was working, but I couldn't close my phone. Well, no, it wasn't that I couldn't close my phone. I thought I couldn't close my phone, but it took me about 20 minutes to figure out what it was. It was the app itself. The app kept shutting because it kept buffering. It just kept buffering every time. And I was like, oh my God, like this is crap. Like I want to watch this Verzuz. But I did watch the Verzuz. I had a great time. Now I will say I did cringe one moment. Now, actually, before we even get there, the one thing that I will say with the Verzuz, I was sitting there for the longest time looking at Ron Isley like, who is this man? I'm like, who is this man? This is not Ron Isley. For 79 years old, Ronald Isley, he looks good. Hands down, he looks great for 79. But I will say I had an amazing time with Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers. It strolled down memory lane because, you know, I have an uncle that loves the Isley. I have an uncle that played the Isley Brothers, you know, when I was a kid. Anytime they had a party, the Isley Brothers. Like my family, my grandmother's kids, they range in ages, so I have different, you know, periods of music that I could pull from. Like my mom and the older siblings, they are from the 1940s on down, and then my younger aunts and uncles, they're from the 60s. They're from the 50s and the 60s. So I have them to pull from. So I know Earth, Wind, and Fire, especially like when my older aunts and uncles, like when we would have you know, family gatherings or parties. I used to complain when I was a kid about them playing all this old music. I used to complain about it all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, play all this old stuff. And now, if you guys knew me, you would know that I don't listen to music of today. I mostly listen to old school music. I listen to music from the early 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, on back. Like I don't listen to anything. I listen to some stuff in this day and age, but it's not very much. Most of the music that I listen to is from way back in the day. And then even if you listen to some of the music from back in the day, artists over the years have sampled their music. So it just shows you what a staple that a lot of these artists are. But yeah, with the Verzuz, man, I had a dang gone good time. I was in my living room just dancing, busted a sweat. Whew, had a good time. Now that thriller, whatever that app is, y'all need to work the kinks out with that one for the next Verzuz, which is going to be Escape. Ooh, that's May 8th. I really wonder how that's gonna work. Is Tiny gonna show up? I keep asking this question because I mean more women keep coming out about her and T.I. So I just don't know if Tiny's gonna show up. And if she does show up, they're gonna have to disable the comments on both Triller, whatever it is, and Instagram. They are gonna have to disable those comments. Because I know even in the comments on this Verzuz, especially when Ron Isley played some of his songs, you know, played Contagious and Busted, that featured Robert Kelly, I know people in the comments defending Robert. I'm like, how are y'all defending this creep? But whatever, people were defending him, so people were defending him, and you know, me, I was like, I'm like, I love these songs, but I gotta sing them, but I'm cringing at the same time, but I love these songs. And I even tweeted, whatever happened to JS? Because I haven't heard JS in a long time. But all in all, you guys, I had a great time with the Verzuz. Did you guys enjoy it? Let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, if Tiny shows up, actually, even if she doesn't show up, I feel like they should disable those comments, because it's not going to be anything positive in those comments. I just don't feel that it will be. But that's pretty much all I got for this week, you guys. I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Do I have anything else to talk about? If I do, you guys will see on trending topics later. If I do have anything else to talk about, trending topics, and that'll be on Saturday. I'll probably put that up Saturday, but I doubt I have anything else to talk about. But until then, you guys, we do this every week. Try to do this at the same time and the same place. We try to do this at the same time. We do this at the same place, same channel, with me, JB. So yeah, you guys, I hope you guys stay safe out there. Please do me a solid favor. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, socially distance, stay blessed, you guys. And we will all get through this together. Until the next one, you guys. Bye. Actually, I'll see you guys later for what's that show I started reviewing last week? Ready to Love. That's the name of that show? Y'all know the show with nephew Tommy. I think it's Ready to Love. I'll see you guys for that one. Bye, guys.